Well, good morning folks, hope you're all well. I'm just out on the CB with a Tiger 1200 and an R1200 GSE, and we're off to Skye. So I'm sorry, same destination as my trip back in September, but with different company and going different routes to get there. So I've got Andy in front of me, who is John Millar's brother, big brother. The three of us all went to school together. Andy is a couple of years older than me and John, who were in the same year. So he's been riding for about 6 or 7 years now, I'm sure. So unfortunately the weather is rubbish. It has rained all morning so far, and I've got steamy visor issues because the pin lock, I think, is moved in this visor, and it's a pain in the ass. So we're now on the 5th of November, Guy Fawkes Day. So it seemed like probably the last time of the year to get away. John's invited me away with him a couple of times already this year, and due to other things I've not managed. He'd invited me over to Lewis and Harris when they went there a couple of months back, and then he invited me to Skye. I think it was the weekend before I was going to Skye on LiQWYD's trip, so I had to opt out of that, mostly down to having a wife. So we're just doing a wee overnighter, and we're going to the cowshed again. So I'm looking forward to getting the waterproof gear off and getting my jeans on already, and getting a nice heat in front of that log burner in the lounge, and that'll be good. So that's the visor open to demist it for a little bit, and I'd put a blue tinted visor on this lid, and I took it off this morning before I left and put the original clear one back on, but I think the pin lock's moved, or the seal has been broken anyway. Too busy talking and I've lost them now. So no offence, Ayrshire Vlogster or LiQWYD 92, but your adventure bikes aren't big enough, sorry. So that's why I'm hanging out with these two 1200s. You know how it is, you've got to hang with the big boys. I'm kidding, lads. Love yous really, in a non-homosexual way. Cheers, camper van dude. Wow. that is just epic. So I had been toying with getting rid of my CB, like quite quick. I've been looking at the Honda VFR X Cross Runner, the Yamaha Tracer 700s and the Yamaha Tracer 900s, all around maybe 6-7 years old. But I've just decided I'll just keep this. I still love it. It works. It ticks all the boxes for me. Sure, an extra bit of power would be awesome, but there's no rush. There is no rush. For example, overtaking, not a problem. Keeping up with a couple of 1200s, not really a problem. So this is lovely. I'd said a few months back that I didn't have any plans. I didn't think I was going to make it away anywhere this year. And then it was like a couple of days after I'd shot that video, LiQWYD invited me away with them, and here I am again. So definitely don't think there'll be any more of these tours, trips until next year. I wouldn't mind going away camping, maybe in the springtime. Now that I've got the power, well, now that I've got more power, it doesn't really matter about carrying things that are quite heavy. Like the last time I went camping, I nearly took my inflatable double airbed with me, but it weighed about the same as my MT did, so I didn't bother. So if I can throw a tent and an airbed in the back of this, no bother. The little rack is pretty cool. It's quite versatile for what you want to put onto it, whether you want to use straps or any sort of bungees or anything will work, as long as it's not like stupid heavy. I imagine there'll be a weight limit on it, but I'll say maybe about 15 kilos. I'm guessing, but I imagine that would be okay. Up to about 15 kilos anyway. So that's me onto my second tank of fuel. Not bad for a day's work. I wasn't empty, but I'd done 150 miles and Andy was topping up, so I just done the same. I meant to actually say to the lads there, We've not passed another bike all day. Not one bike. Which is surprising. More so that it's a Saturday. I dare say if the weather's pretty rubbish, a lot of people won't head out. The only reason we're out is because we've got a place to go. In order to get there, we need to ride there. Although I kidded on to John earlier that I was just going to stay in the car and come up and meet him in the car earlier when it was raining when I was leaving. Because there's nothing like dampening your mood like pissing down wet rain. Wet cold rain in fact made that. But I was joking, there was no way I was coming in the car. So I think we're about maybe 65, 60-ish miles from the cowshed. So we can't be too far from Aileen Donnan Castle. Made sure I got that right there. Since the previous two attempts I've said it wrong in the past. In fact, just as I said that, there's the castle there. But we're not stopping there because we stopped about 10 minutes back for a smoke break, and then we stopped for fuel there just after that, so we're just cracking on now. Oh, can't really see shit for the sun. That's better now, the sun's not shining straight in my face. Oh, I know you can't win, can you, with me? Complain the sun's not out, complain the sun's out. Oh goodness. That's just a Scottish thing, I guess. Most of us are the same. We're hard to please, but friendly. Well, this is a surprise. How lovely it is here in the sky. That is unbelievable. A lot of grey clouds around. But at this specific moment in time, it is beautiful. I don't want to be anything other than what I've been trying to be lately. Oh, sorry, I was singing again there. I'd said a couple of times in the past that I'll need to get John Millar down and get out for a ride with him, but the way it works, he works Monday to Friday, he's a joiner and he's self-employed, so, and he's got 2 young kids, so him popping out during the week for 3 or 4 hours at a time the way I do is not possible. So also I'm beginning to think his bike only knows how to go north. I don't ever remember him ever mentioning going south, ever. But I'll stick with what you know, I guess, if you want. So he's a good man to navigate because he's been there and done it before many a time. Well, that's the sun starting to go down with the looks of it. And it's 4:20, despite my clock saying 5:20. So we just went and got stocked up with some food there for dinner, and got some cans in for later as well. I've got a little bottle of Grey Goose with me, so I'm looking forward to cracking that open. And then we'll have the ride back home tomorrow. I think John had said me and him will go back down via Glencoe. He's wanting to go and try the off-road bit that I was telling him about, that Grant and LiQWYD went and done. So providing I could find it again, I'll hopefully take him there. So I had a seat on both bikes there, and Andy's Tiger 1200 definitely fitted me a little bit better than the R1200 GSA does. Can't believe I'm back here already. It's only been like 5 or 6 weeks since I was here. Brilliant. I took the first turn into the driveway there in the wrong gear, and I always ended up back on the main road again. Andy will slag me in a minute probably. Oh, I started indicating, thinking, oh, you must know it's there. You nearly did. We made it.